So we're going to be talking about the Blu-ray collection sets again. Obviously, Classic Who's now at the halfway point with the release of Season 9, which at the date of recording this video, was released this week on Monday. My opinion on these box sets has made a complete U-turn, which you can see through two different videos on my channel. I'll leave a link in the description for both of those videos. Since picking up my first collection set, which was Season 22 last year, I've picked up another two collection sets in standard edition. Now these other two sets are Seasons 18 and 19. The new audio quality, the new making of documentaries, new CGI for stories such as Rewatchability, Castrovalva and Time Lash, and of course extended episodes. All of this is great, but it made me think, is the way we watch Doctor Who now wrong? As a generation, the way we watch TV and consume media is a lot different now from 10 years ago, let alone in the 1970s and 80s. Everything is reachable for a press of a button through streaming content. I mean, shows are now designed to be binge-watched. Each episode of a series is dropped all at once, because apparently we can't wait for anything these days. Now, I've been guilty of watching Doctor Who like this, watching 4, 6, 8-parters all in one go. And even now with the Blu-ray box sets. I mean, after getting Season 18 and 19, I watched them back to back within 2 weeks of each other. Of course, back when these serials were originally broadcast, you could only see these stories once. This isn't the case now. Even back in the 1980s with the VHSs, and then the DVDs, and now the Blu-rays, the visual and audio quality of these stories has gotten better and better. I mean, just take a look at this scene from The Visitation as an example. This is an extreme example, as this scene was shot in Ealing Studios due to the amount of fire needed on set. And that's why it looks so crisp compared to the footage shot at Television Centre and indeed on location at Black Park. This is probably the clearest we're ever going to see Classic Who, which is very exciting. It's almost modernised to an extent. We get to see details that we've never seen before. However, this isn't always a good thing. We have to remember that Doctor Who was very good at burning through its budget very quickly. Most often than not, they only had time to do one take for a scene, so naturally mistakes were seen in the final transmission, as much as we love them. Notably some more obvious than others, and in the quality TV was recorded in at the time, it was arguably hard to notice. But now with the upscaling technology of the collection sets and the ease of rewatches, it's now a lot harder to avoid seeing those mistakes. Since the release of certain DVDs, an optional CGI/special edition version of the story has been included. Since classic stories were being released at a time where the show had come back in the early 2000s, the technology was there to correct some of the more ropey visual effects that didn't quite stand up. Or in this case, a not so convincing looking snake. This is something that's continued over to the collection sets, meaning more stories have this optional extra to slightly improve or modernise some of our favourite stories. So let's talk about the main point. Is the way we watch Doctor Who wrong? Now it's an interesting question because the way that Doctor Who was produced and created then is just simply not compatible with the way that we consume TV and media in this current age. Now the collection sets is a big indicator of this. Whole seasons are being released as one product. That's a whole year's worth of Doctor Who ready to be watched. And even if you watch Doctor Who on iPlayer or BritBox on streaming services, you've got the whole catalogue. The improved CGI elements and modernisation of certain stories is another indicator of how Doctor Who is modernising its content for new viewers, or just to bring it into the 21st century. And this is one part of Doctor Who's success, the ability to adapt and change old media from 40, 50, 60 years ago and bring it into the forefront where it's still being sold today. It's a USP that's made Doctor Who survive as a brand. Is the way we watch Doctor Who wrong can't be answered with a simple yes or no question, because the meaning of the question is always changing. Because the way we consume content is always changing. But Doctor Who as a timeless show can still be enjoyed by fans today. And arguably it's bigger than ever, as Doctor Who is loved all over the world and still is as popular and as loved by fans as it ever was. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, feel free to subscribe for similar content. If there was a particular video or section of the video you liked, let me know by liking or commenting on the video. Your likes and comments could influence the next topic I talk about. Thanks for watching.